In the function of agency, agents also act in relationships that we call conditionality. The assertion of facts, requirements when something must be done, possibilities that present themselves. Here is a rough map of conditionalities across different forms of meaning. If we parse text using traditional grammar, we may find different moods, for example. The is of indicative mood, the must of imperative mood, and the could of the subjunctive mood. In speech, we might find the self-evident factualness of the talking, you and me, and the things we are talking about expressed in a matter of factual tone. We might hear commands like stop, or in the case of mere possibility, we might hear a tone of uncertainty in the modulation of the speaker's voice. In reality, it's much more complicated than this, of course. Here is Jennifer Coates' map of modal auxiliaries in English. Often it is hard to figure out what is going on from the words alone. The reason why it's hard is because the one meaning is always ready to become another. A mere possibility can turn into an assertable reality, or an assertable reality may prove to have been not so assertable after all, in retrospect, only a possibility. An assertion may be conditional upon possibility. After a requirement has been acted upon, we can make an assertion about it. An assertion may be conditional upon possibility. After a requirement has been acted upon, we can make an assertion about it. And there are any other number of circumstances and combinations or suddenly nuanced intermediate points. Again, we want to say that meanings are potentially always on the move.
In his 1901 novel, The First Man in the Moon, H.G. Wells speaks in a series of narrative assertions, but we know that these are only a matter of future possibility. Now a quote from Ludwig Wittgenstein from his late work on certainty. Suppose some adult told a child that he had been on the moon. The child tells me a story and I say it was only a joke, that man couldn't have been on the moon. No one has ever been on the moon. The moon is a long way off and it's impossible to climb up there or to fly there, but a child will not ordinarily stick with such a belief and will soon be convinced by what we tell him seriously. If we were thinking within our system, then it is certain that no one has ever been to the moon. Not merely has nothing of the sort ever seriously been reported by us or reasonable people, but the whole system of physics forbids us to believe it. Now, this is a pretty definite assertion, but in retrospect, it was only a possibility that humans could never find their way to the moon. On Certainty was not published until 1969, ironically, the year of the first moon landing. Now, here is one of the photographs taken on the moon in 1969 by the very best camera money could buy at that time, a Hasselblad 500. This photograph, grammatically we would say, is an assertion. But according to a poll, 6% of Americans believe that the moon landings were faked. Here is a video published by moontruth.com where you can see a stagehand accidentally walking onto the set where the fake moon landing was being filmed. This, in terms of this particular video, is proof that NASA had made it all up. So assertions are always open to question. Possibilities can be raised, improbably at times, even stupidly. Our point here is that as meaning makers, we're always finding ourselves moving backwards and forwards across these alternatives of conditionality. So we stay anxiously alert to conditionality because the lie of the land can always change. Now here's a work of art by Sayar Ajamani, and it's called Moon Landing. On the screen, the artist has painted the words, "This TV set has witnessed the Apollo 11 mission." And the words go on. It was turned on at 8:32 a.m. on Wednesday, the 16th of July, 1969, and it was in continuous operation until 11:50 a.m. on Thursday, July the 24th, 1969. In case you don't believe this assertion, the artist has put a padlock at the end of the cable. But do you trust him?